So for the first question, let me just pull a timeline from here. This is the point from where you start teaching.
Okay.
So let's say this point is the point which you retire. So at which point is it when you step into QC and start teaching?
In the middle.
In the middle.
Yeah.
I see. So how do you feel about this?
How do I feel about it?
Yes.
Well, I'm looking forward to teaching in a school that has students who are stronger in English. My previous school, although I liked the school very much, academically it was considerably weaker than this school. And so I look forward to the challenges that will present to me. And working in a boys' school will also be a new challenge for me.
Okay.
Yes.
So for the second question,
Yes.
Say for example, in Kowloon Wayang, we call the students over there Wayanese, or
Okay.
Wayanese. I don't know how to pronounce anyway.
Okay.
But for students in here, we call them Queenians.
Queenians,
for
yes.
QC boys.
Yes.
So I would like to know your first impression to Queenians.
My first impression of Queenians?
Yes.
Well, you're the first Queenians I've met.
Okay.
So I've literally just met you. You're Jonathan, right?
Yes.
And Henry. And then I came in here and 7 other people said hi, and you're the first people that I've met. So, so far you all seem very polite. However, I've heard some things about Queenians, and that especially in the classes, like Form 4 classes that I have, that the students will challenge me. I don't know if this is true. They will try to see if I'm up to the standard of QC teachers or whatever. I don't know if this is true. Maybe. Do you think that's
I
true?
believe those are rumors.
Those are rumors. Do
Because,
you think that they're false rumors?
I'm not so sure about this,
No.
but
But what
for
do
most of the time, I think Queenians are quite polite and
Really?
friendly.
Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you seem quite polite.
Okay.
That's the impression that I get. But it's
So, would you have any expectations in the future life in QC?
future life in QC. I expect that I'll be working quite hard and that I'll be quite busy. I was talking this morning to some of my colleagues. I have some expertise in making videos, right? And so I'm wondering if there are students in this school who are interested in doing this. If there are, they might want to talk to me and work with me, because I used to work, before I was a teacher, I worked professionally in the film industry in Toronto, so I have some skills in that area, and did that in the past a little bit with other students. What else? I don't know. I know I'll be doing the debating team. I'll be doing a bunch of different extracurricular activities. Yeah.
That will be the mission of a net teacher in our
I
school.
suppose. Yes. Yes.
Look at his eyes are shining.
Why,
Because
he's in the debating?
chairman of the photography and multimedia club.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
So you like making movies, do you? Yeah. Okay. Good. Well, maybe do you know anything about editing, video editing? Yeah. Okay. What kind of software do you use to edit? Okay, nice. Yeah, I've used that before. I like to use Final Cut Pro 10. I use that. Right. Yeah. So I have that at home. Yeah. I'll show you some of the videos that I've made in the past to give you an idea what I've done. Yeah.
Okay, so here comes the fourth question.
Okay.
So I suppose that you are teaching English in our school.
Okay.
In the following days. So would you have any tips for our DSE students?
DSE students. Well, the truth is that the best area that I could give tips on in DSE is DSE speaking, because that's the most, I've taught that the most in the past. But I'm a pretty good writer myself, and I know a lot about academic writing. I guess, like for the writing exam, what I would suggest is that you approach your writing as a reader. And that sounds simple, but maybe not so much if you think about it. So what it means is, if you write something for an exam or for anything, you have to step away from it for a moment or usually a couple of days is even better, and then read it again and look at it and think, if I were a reader, is this something that I would be able to understand? Is this presented clearly to me? So when you're writing, you also think of yourself as a reader of that writing. And yeah, it sounds simple, but it's kind of something that you have to always be thinking about as you're writing. It's kind of how I approach writing. And I could go on, but that's probably sufficient for now.
Even our audience will find this useful.
You think so?
I think so.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. So for the last question in the compulsory
Last
part,
question. Okay.
yes,
Yeah.
your hobbies?
My hobbies.
Yeah.
I like making videos. I like music a lot. So I play piano and I play drums. So yeah, I love many different kinds of music, playing it, recording it a bit, these kind of things. I like kayaking. You know what that is? Pa dok mok chao.
Oh, yeah. I got it.
Yeah. So I do this. What else? Yeah, so I live on Lama Island, and I have my wife and I. We have kayaks, and so we go out kayaking sometimes. I like running, like long distance running. I don't run very fast, but just to keep in shape. Yeah, lots of different things. I have many interests: reading, on and on.
Great variety.
Studying language. Oh yeah, I'm also doing. I study. I believe in lifelong learning for real. Like, people always talk about lifelong learning. For real, I do. I'm doing a PhD right now in linguistics, so I have another interest is linguistics, especially speaking, phonetics, things like this. So yes, very interested in this as well.
We also have teachers studying linguistics in this
Is
school.
that right?
Yes.
Yeah. So linguistics it's a very interesting discipline, and I especially like phonetics and phonetics of L2 acquisition, especially. So for Cantonese speakers who are learning English and the challenges they face. So yes.
So you mentioned that you like music.
Yes.
And,
Imagine that I like music. I do like music. I don't need to imagine.
You like singing as well?
Do I like singing? Sure, I do. Yes.
Yeah. So it might be a great chance for you to perform in our variety show.
Oh yes. So did any of you have Mr. Malby as a teacher? No. In Form 3 you had him. Oh, okay. All right. What are those guys doing? There's a question.
Well, you have to ask them.
Why do you have an Apple sticker on a computer that's not an Apple? Is that just wishful thinking? That's your computer? Is that wishful thinking?
Just a wish. Yeah.
So they're just surfing the net, that's all?
I suppose that the two at the corners are checking emails.
I see.
As they are told.
All right, as they are told.
I suppose so.
Someone told them to do that?
Yes.
I guess we'll move on to...
we go to the Pokemon section.
Okay, sure.
So you see, it's numbered over here,
Okay.
1 and 2.
I'll
You can
take
pick
one.
one.
I'll
Okay.
take one.
You're the second one who picked one.
Oh, okay. Do you want me to pick
Okay.
2 instead?
No, for
Okay.
Just yeah, here we go. So as you know that Pokemon Go is a big hit in the city,
Okay.
right? So everyone have
It's a big hit around the world.
Yeah, around
Yeah.
the world, and people have been holding their phones and then walking around the
Yes.
streets catching the
Yes.
Pokemon.
Do you guys play this game?
I deleted it
Yeah.
because I accidentally bumped into someone
Oh,
one night.
so you were addicted to
Yeah.
it? Oh, okay.
No, I mean I wasn't playing it,
Oh.
but the two in front of me were playing it and then suddenly stopped.
Oh,
Yeah, so
I see.
I did curse them
Oh, okay.
for that.
All right.
So how do you feel about the Pokemon Go?
How do I feel about it?
Yes.
Well, I know about it solely through the news, except there was one time in the summer in front of the house where I was staying in Canada in the summertime. I looked out front, and across the street, it was just a suburban, quiet suburban street. There were 3 teenagers sitting on the ground on the sidewalk, and I was looking at them. I was like, "What are those kids doing?" And then suddenly I realized that's Pokemon Go, right? So how do I feel about it? Well, I feel that number one, if you knew how big it was going to be, it would have been a great investment because it's making lots of money for Pokemon Go. I didn't really know about it beforehand, so I missed that opportunity. Secondly, I think that it's it's like any game in a way that games can be fun, but most games, if they're good games, can be addictive.